letter that was given to the CBI, just to bring some facts to the attention of the CBI. Perhaps CBI is already taking cognizance of that. The other aspect is very alarming. There is a lot of social media posts, both which are actually using her real photograph and her name. And there are rampant social media posts which the family is running into. It is not only causing a lot of anguish, it is actually totally illegal.
We've already passed one order.
May I make
Now it's for the law enforcement authorities to enforce that order basically.
My lords, may I
it's
make
only to Wikipedia.
Just a minute. No, it's not Wikipedia. Please, I've given.
The
just,
direction was
yes.
Wikipedia. Please.
My lords, may just have a look at this. May I make a suggestion? Because I don't think an order is going to actually stop people immediately from posting. It's very difficult for the family to go around litigating against each individual post that is being made. Can there be a nodal officer and an email ID that is provided by the Union of India? They themselves also review this repeatedly, and we can bring it to their attention as and when it comes to the family's attention, and then it can be swiftly taken down in accordance with law. It's very disturbing, the kind of pictures that are being put up.
And reels, my lords, using AI with her image.
My lords,
and
fact,
making it a
just
Hindi film song.
Let me finish.
You have to ensure that the law enforcement authorities.
I won't go.
We've already passed direction.
The lordships have passed the general direction twice, so there is no point in repeating that. Lord, essentially, it would be the state subject, but if my learned friend gives me any link, Lord, will provide for Lord a particular platform.
Actually, now with the judicial order which we have passed, the state of West Bengal must also immediately contact all these social media sites.
We will also do that.
It's an ongoing work which you have to continuously do, because it's not like you're contacting one media channel and saying that, look, you give this apology or something like that. It's just proliferating.
It multiplies.
We'll certainly look into it, but I believe at the national level it has to be tackled.
My lord, that's
I'm not difficult. I'm saying immediately. We'll give, my lord, one number. My learned friend, my lord, or anyone else, my lord, whoever finds that either name or depiction or photograph.
Well, like, so this part now you are between you. You don't need an order from us.
My lord, just one more aspect.
The commissioner of police, the ex-commissioner of police, who's now been transferred, he himself gave a press interview in which he disclosed the name.
My lord, before we do that, can I just finish, please? Yes. With respect to this, they're going to be released tomorrow on YouTube, which says that it is based on RG Kaur expressed themselves. That's not the submission. However, would that interfere with the investigation, which is at a very early and sensitive stage? Secondly, how has she been portrayed? Will it in any way be, and I've attached that screenshot also, is on social media.
If some film is being released and you want to stop the release of the film, you have to take recourse to independent remedies in law.
I bowed on my lords. So I'm not making that. I'm only bringing it to the attention that this is, as my lord said, proliferating. If there is a nodal person appointed by the Union of India, it would then be someone we can contact them to take action in accordance with law.
Mr. Solicitor, what you can do is that you can just identify, maybe in the cybercrime unit of the Ministry of Home Affairs or any appropriate agency, one nodal person who can be available for anybody to say that, well, this is the clip.
It would be, my lord, it may not be Ministry of Home Affairs, it would be IT.
Methi.
Methi, my lord. We'll give the, my lord, one nodal officer.
So that you can duly publicize it, and in which case, any clip which has to be pulled down, that intimation can be given by email or whatever to that particular
there is a system.
portal. Just put it into place and
Certainly.
My lords, one line in an order might be required, because on the last occasion, para 7 speaks specifically to Wikipedia. What my lords had said in Shreya Singhal, and I was before my lords in that matter, is that takedowns can only happen by court order.
So we've passed that order.
Yes, my lords. Yes.
We've already passed that order.
Well, coming back to the police.
My lords, that may be passed then in today's order.
Last order,
that was
specifically on Wikipedia.
Not
vis-a-vis Wikipedia.
any intermediate.
The parents of the parents of the deceased have been disconcerted by repeated clips in the social media referring to photographs and the name of the deceased.
Videos, my lords. Reels.
Besides these clips, videos have also proliferated in the social media. The earlier order of this court shall, it is clarified, not be confined only to Wikipedia, but shall apply in relation to all
Intermediaries.
And to reiterate, there shall be, to reiterate, no intermediary shall allow or carry the publication of the name of the deceased, her identity, photographs or videos, either pertaining to the incident at the RG Kaur Medical College or otherwise.
Please, members.
That's a preventive order. As far
On the request of the court, the Solicitor General has stated that the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, into brackets MIT, shall nominate a nodal officer to whom any communication in relation to the unauthorized uploading of content or information pertaining to the deceased can be intimated, so that necessary action can be taken with the intermediary concerned for pulling down such publication or dissemination.
I'm grateful, members.
So we need to go a step ahead and let the Ministry of Information and Technology lay down some due diligence guidelines for the future also. After all, these incidents may happen, may recur. So let the ministry, since we are taking up this.
There must be something, my lord. If there is none, we will
MIT may also consider laying down guidelines.
There are some, my lord. There
Guidelines to govern such cases consistent with the judgments of this court and the governing provisions of law.
But as regards the police commissioner, his infraction already, which amounts to a criminal act under 72.
My learned friend agrees that also says that there is a guideline in
There is a legal system in place. There's an empowerment under sections of the IT Act and rules framed thereunder. There's no need for further directions from this court, my lord, because it can go to the other extreme of censorship. One has to be very careful.
Yeah, no, nobody is.
Exactly.
Nobody is now on censorship.
We'll delete that last sentence from today's order. If there is some deficiency pointed out to us on the next occasion, we'll then supplant.
So, the Calcutta High Court,
Just one second, Mr. My lord, if I may request your lordship to direct the registrar of this court to give wide publicity to this order, this particular order passed today, so that the general public is put to notice.
It would get wide publicity. Now,
My lord, that I understand, but
as a matter of fact, it might end up defaming the girl more.
it's not true, Mr. Mehta. The general public needs to be put to notice. Not everybody reads judgments of this court.
I don't think, my lord, that may be necessary. That might end up, my lord,
All
defaming
right.
the.
This part we'll move on from.
Well, just one last point.
Before Mr. Solicitor, you got the latest report of the CBI.
Yes.
Let's see the aspect.
But just one point. But the Calcutta High Court was seized over a couple of petitions, one of which I appeared in last time, where the petitioner is seeking monitoring of an FIR to be lodged. Till today, no FIR has been lodged against the police commissioner, then police commissioner, who on emerging from the hospital reveals the identity of the lady. He reveals the identity. Now, those petitions are pending, but the Calcutta High Court said, we don't know whether the Supreme Court is going to take up that matter as well. Please get us a clarification whether we can deal with this matter. But it's, Lordship, strictly speaking, are dealing with the faults in the investigation, the deficiencies in the investigation, etc. This is an ancillary issue where somebody has already committed a crime. Whether it's going to be part of that, your Lordship will just decide.
Put it to Mr. Dwivedi now. It's important that these leads are not missed.
Please, my lord.
They have given us a statement on both aspects. The first part of the investigation, which deals with the alleged rape and murder, and the second on the financial irregularities, which were referred by the judgment of the Calcutta High Court, order of the Calcutta High Court to CBI. So they have bifurcated it in two parts and given us an elaboration on what what is happening on both the fronts.
My lord, has the IPDR report?
Mr. Solicitor, just one thing, please tell him. The injuries seem to have been accentuated by the fact that she was wearing braces and her glasses. How is it that she was wearing glasses at that particular point? Was she attacked when she was asleep?
She was asleep. Yeah.
Then how is it that she was wearing her glasses?
My lord, you can just doze off, you can lie down.
Was the body found with glasses on? Because ask CBI to give me
Glasses were not on.
because
The Caesar list,
no.
the Caesar list of the particular day says that the glasses were broken and were found lying beside her.
Yes. The mattress.
On the mattress.
Mattress.
Have not removed it, my lord, because of the fatigue, and she may have gone to sleep.
My lord, another thing is whether the CBI has yet submitted the IPDR report, because that is the game changer for your lordships to understand what was the traffic, the internet traffic that was going on between the accused,
It's already been.
the victim, and it's a detailed report because it's called the Internet Protocol Detailed Report. Now, before what happened was that the investigating agencies did not have much of a
So
problem.
the traffic between the accused,
It can be anything.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, the data is collected from the particular service provider. After it is collected, then it is analyzed.
We have recovered. I
It is
see.
all.
No, not recovery. I want the report. What does the report say? Because it
obviously,
analyzed.
they are following up those.
Yes.
Let us only say that they have, solicitors said that they have recovered that data. They are following up further investigating that.
The second is whether, I do not know whether they have again examined Devashish Som, who happens to be one of the main persons concerned, because he was first examined, then he went into a hospital. He was released on the 12th of September.
Who's Devashish Som?
He is the main person with regard to the forensic. If there's any blotch-up being done with regard to the forensic report, squarely it goes to the North Bengal lobby and to this person called Devashish.
Devashish Som.
He's part of the forensics of RG
He
Corp.
has been examined.
He was examined prior to 12. Then he went, of a panic attack, he went into hospital. I think that's what newspaper reports say.
He was an employee of the Calcutta police, or?
No, he's a doctor from RG Corp.
Yes.
He's a forensic doctor from RG Corp. And there was also a Bangladeshi module as per the reports of that point of time. As far as RG Corp is concerned, there is also a Bangladeshi module whereby the bio waste was being sent into Bangladesh.
Sir, I would request my learned friend, rather than, my lord, detailing
Because
this in
Chandan said,
let him write down and give it to me in a
We have
sealed cover.
already permitted anybody who wants to furnish any information.
No, they give me in a sealed cover and I
Lord,
send them in a sealed condition.
My lord,
It
on
will not be appropriate to discuss it loudly. You just write it down and give it to me in a sealed cover. It would immediately be given to the CBI.
Dr. Manas Banerjee.
He's come from outside, or he was a doctor within, actually?
He's from Calcutta, Bengal only.
No, but he was within RG Corp, or he's come in from some
No, he
other-
was 4 years back. He has been in RG Corp.
He was principal of Barasat Medical College.
Which medical college?
Barasat Medical College.
Barasat Medical College.
And later on, sir, he was, after this incident, we reviewed his reputation. I knew him. So he was earlier MSVP of RGKR almost 4 years back, very efficient officer. So we got him back as a principal because he was already promoted. And one of our
He's from
best
Maharashtra. He's not
MSVP, Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee, who was there in Bhakra Medical College. We also brought him. He's a young guy and he has developed quite a good reputation and comfort with the resident doctors. And both of them are very well educated within the
His lordship, let's find
The, so you are the health,
He's the principal secretary, Lord Health.
the principal secretary health of Government of West Bengal, who is present in the course of the hearing, has informed the court that following the incident which took place on 9 August 2024, the state government has brought in 2 officers as the principal of the medical college and hospital and as the medical superintendent and vice principal. Full stop. These officers are bracket 1,
Professor
Dr.
Manas Banerjee.
Professor Dr. Manas Banerjee, who was earlier working as the who was earlier posted as principal at the
Barasat Medical College.
Barasat Medical College, semicolon, and bracket 2.
Professor Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee.
Professor Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee,
He was posted as a MSVP of Bankura Sammelini Medical College.
was previously posted as the medical superintendent and vice principal of the Bankura Medical College. The status report, which has been submitted by the state of West Bengal, indicates the following position in regard to the ongoing work at 28 medical colleges. 8 March को एक copy कर लो. As regards the status of the work at the RG Medical College, the status report is in the following terms. Page 6 और 7 को भी दी. Though the state has indicated that the remaining work would be completed within a time frame of 31 October 2024. The court has been assured that all work would be completed by 15 October 2024.
We will make all endeavors. Some little thing will
That
remain.
the state will make all endeavors to complete the work by 15 October 2024. To stop, the state shall positively ensure that work is completed by 15 October 2020.
It's not to put the point. In RG Core, one moment.
If this irregularity has been going on for at least 2 decades, and if the individuals who have now been appointed have been associated with
My lord, can the state please
then the
finish?
fact that the previous employment was not with RG Core doesn't make a difference.
No, but
I know, but sometimes what happens is that merely because they have, he was with RG Core 4 years back, he may not be involved in anything at all if these are.
Disclose whether the individuals had previous relationship with RG Core. Let them at least disclose.
My lord, but that is the most shocking part of it. Because 4 years back, my lord,
You know what? Sometimes you need a person who is conscious of that particular establishment also. If that person is otherwise free of taint, and today the government is bringing in somebody from outside, there's no reason for us to suspect that a person who is deliberately brought in with a taint.
Yes, my lord, we
years
took
back,
instructions
there was-
and we are told that immediately the doctors are not aware of any taint, but we will come back with specific instructions.
In RG Course College, Lord, regarding duty room, Lord, the tenders have matured, but we need the CBI's clearance, Lord, because of the crime.
Mr. Solicitor,
I'm sure, Lord, will.
they need your clearance for completing the work in the duty room because you've lifted all the evidence now.
Whatever they were supposed not to do for first 5 days, they've done. Now, even if they do something more, we have no objection.
Anyway, you just communicate it to them, that's all.
Yes,
That's all right.
one
Lord,
aspect.
it is the CBI which has stopped us, Lord, so we need permission, otherwise we would have done it.
my lord, 4 years back, when this
No.
particular person
Lord,
was
may I maybe
brought into
complete.
RG
We
Core,
have more
my
serious
lord, he was responsible for selling off babies. My lord, the matter is pending before the
No,
High Court.
this is unfair. This is unfair.
But it's not unfair.
Just one second.
I don't know from all these remarks.
Actually.
Let CBI investigate.
You can't
Who are
make
you?
1 second.
No, no, I have the order sheet.
Just one
Where
second.
DNA was
Who is he?
conducted.
1 second.
represent?
Just listen to us. You can't just throw an allegation like
Yes.
that across the bar.
Responsibility.
On the next date of listing, you show us something to indicate.
My lord, I'll show the orders where the DNA was conducted
Right?
by the High
Then
Court.
Put it on the record.
I'll put it on record.
You can't just, otherwise
4
we
years,
we have to follow some order and
I'll put
procedure in
it
the
on
court.
record. I'll put it on
Nothing
record.
beyond
Oh, yeah. We'll immediately ask them to replace the
Lord,
order.
he should also tell us what is his locus, Lord, from where he is getting
I mean,
information. Lord.
But my argument, it was.
All right, look, you put it on the record.
I'll put
that's
it-
it.
And which party does he represent?
I have a submission.
Lord, may I have a very important request to make? Lord?
Correctly.
My learned friend said that all doctors have joined, Lord. They have joined, but only they are performing emergency
Oh,
work.
just a minute, Milo, this is
They
a
are-
false
one moment.
statement. It's a false statement
All
and
right.
they've admitted it in their affidavit. Milo,
Very
strict.
Indira Jaising,
Yes.
Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, has made a solemn statement that pursuant to the hearing which took place in court on the last occasion, all doctors have rejoined their duties.
Milo, the word, the expression that I've used,
Responding to the statement of Mr. Rakesh Dwivedi,
They are not doing IPD and OPD.
second,
that learned senior counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal, that the doctors are not performing
IPD
the
and
IPD and OPD duties, Ms. Jaising assures the court that the doctors are performing all duties without exception.
including all essentials and emergency services, that may be recorded.
All duties.
No, Lord, because there's a dispute over the expression. The essential services are being performed.
You're not performing only essential services, right? You're performing all duties, we take it from you.
And they've admitted it in their own affidavit.
You're performing
No,
all duties.
we have said not IPD, OPD.
Look, this is part of the threat
Anyway,
culture.
I'm not accusing, I'm only
This is
praying with
part of
folded
the
hands.
civilization of the doctors, Lord.
Therefore, we have recorded your statement
It's
that
a
you are
puja.
performing all duties. So now abide by the statement.
These
And
duties are
second-
performed by the senior doctors.
Now, my lord, one,
My lords, they've admitted it in the affidavit that the junior doctors have rejoined. So where is
Where is this? Please show us the
No,
page
they
number,
have.
para number.
you know it,
Now
to
that
your
you-
knowledge, they have rejoined, to your knowledge.
Senior doctors.
Please show us.
Lords, kindly be seen, my lords. What we have said.
Ready, that they are doing all
So
work.
they are not doing so.
They are-
Lord, please, this cannot be allowed. Let him file a separate application for
Para 17.
Ms. Jai Singh, are you making a statement that you are performing IPD and OPD work?
Yes, here's my statement. Please record it as I say it. They are performing all essential and emergency
What is
services.
essential?
Let me finish.
Who will decide?
Essential services includes OPD. Essential
No, not
services
like-
do. 1 minute, my lord, they should know better than me. They're
Junior doctors
doctors.
are very important for
They
the
should
health
know better
system.
than me.
Hospitals cannot.
If according to you, you are performing all essential services.
Yes.
We record your statement which
That's right.
includes IPD and OPD.
OPD is part of essential services.
Right.
It's,
Likewise,
I
inpatient
want
department
it on
also.
record, my lord. I want it on record that they are performing emergency and essential services. That's the medical name. My lord, it's the medical name given to this service.
But will that mean that you will not render services to a child who comes in with a normal ailment during the term of the weather, but you will try and save
No.
the dying patient?
No, my lord, no. OPD
You are
falls
supposed
within
to give
essential
Work
services.
in the hospital, which any
OPD
doctor
falls
must do.
within
Your
essential
lordship may say
services.
all
Not-
essential services, including IPD, OPD.
It's not the way. They have admitted that we are back at work.
No,
If
we
they
have not.
continue like this, I will take no responsibility for one more
But
strike.
therefore, 1 second, are you stating that you are performing all medical and essential work, including IPD and OPD work?
Because it's part of essential service. No, my lord, your lordship may record that. I don't want confusion.
But Ms. India has
I don't want to
has
make any false
categorically-
statements in this
has
court.
Categorically stated that all the doctors are and shall perform all medical and essential work, including
PD.
IPD and OPD work.
Yes, I'm grateful.
My lords, in all of this, there have been 2 attacks. On the 27th
Yes.
of September in Shagor Dotto Medical College Hospital, there was an assault when the mob entered and the police and the non-state security personnel, the Rati Reshati said that they are doubling down on, stood back. So my lords, there is a
Nobody
second
stood back.
attack that happened yesterday.
My
My lords, if I may just
That you are investigating. This is not a general investigation onto what is happening on issues of law and order in every hospital.
Yes.
But we take it that you are taking action in accordance with.
We have filed
People have been
My lords,
arrested,
in this
FIR
regard,
because
action
the-
is not
the
being
two
taken.
versions are that a patient died because, my lord, he was not provided bed. He was critical. No doctor attended.
No,
Only
my lords,
the-
these allegations cannot be
But
made,
there
my
is-
lord.
there are-
These allegations cannot be made, my lord.
Surely we can't decide them on the level of the volume of the voice. He'll have to decide it if at all after records come before us.
Exactly, my lord. There are no records.
There's an assertion by the state, we're denying it.
We have put it
Yeah,
on
Lordship,
record. Let them reply.
Your Lordship has been physically away,
Fine,
but I'm
sir.
the nearest proximate.
No, I'm the nearest.
There are,
All right,
Just a minute.
Your Lordships, may I?
all right.
Just one last-
Mr. Solicitor, when will you give us the report on the status of the
Whenever
investigation?
next,
We'll take it up on the Monday after the mini break of the court. So that will give you almost 10 days time to investigate. Of
can
course,
it be Tuesday?
My lordship,
may I
just hear me for a second.
Your Lordships, may I
My
mention?
lord,
an-
please hear me for a
Given
second.
sensitive nature of the pictures, I've taken those back.
Your
No,
Lordship,
the-
1 second. Is it in relation to the state of West Bengal and the RG Kaur
Your
hospital?
Lordship, this is with
1 second. Yes or no?
No.
Then that is the end of the matter. Sorry. No.
Your
not
Lordship,
a word.
So, no, sorry.
Lord, a word of clarification that the High Court can proceed with the other petitions, my lord, which are outside the remit of what your lordships are supervising.
Yes, we are not.
But
If we-
that's it. Last time they said it's
Jethmalani,
before the
if we
Supreme Court.
wanted the High Court to stay its hand, we would have indicated that right away.
So, my lord,
We didn't.
can we have a specific?
There are issues of moment which we are considering. There are issues which are best left to be handled at a local level by the division
Exactly,
bench.
my lord.
But they also know that issues which we are dealing with, they will not touch.
My lord,
Other matters they can.
last time they had a difficulty. I was personally appearing in the matter in the Calcutta High Court.
What was the issue?
The difficulty was, is this also, the case was about the police commissioner's statement immediately on the morning of, as he exited from the hospital, giving an interview disclosing the victim's name.
Somebody will have to file a writ petition.
Yes, my lord, we filed a writ petition to the High Court.
Have we stayed the hearing of that writ petition? We have not. Have we transferred that writ petition?
No,
to
the
our-
lordships haven't. But a word of clarification, the difficulty. But your lordship may only say this. Anything outside the remit of what your lordships have said.
Mr. Jethmalani,
Yes.
Mr. Dwivedi,
My lord,
if there's a writ petition dealing with the police commissioner's conduct, we are not staying the proceedings before the High Court at all.
can
So
go
please,
there.
neither side should tell the court that, well, we are seized of that matter. We are very clear that the writ petition which has been filed.
but will your lordship say that anything outside the remit of what has been said?
It's not required to be said.
The High Court is seasoned enough to know what
But
not
last
to
time-
enter upon.
Last time we said that they were not going into.
Now we have made our position clear.
About the National Task Force, we directed to file the interim.
Mr. Solicitor, now, would we have the report of the National Task Force on the next date?
Can be.
Because then we can issue broader directions
Yes,
for
sir.
implementing.
Correct.
So please
I
make sure,
communicate, my lord, through.
because we had said that an interim report and the final report, now we should have actually both.
My lord, on the task
20th
force.
of October.
The Solicitor General shall place on the record the outcome of the proceedings before the National Task Force, or at least apprise this court on the status, on the progress which has been made.
My lord, but your lordship will just give me 1 second on the task force
Why-
issue.
Dr. Joshi from Medical Legal Society of India.
Sorry,
Dr. Rajiv Joshi from Medical Legal Society of India.
have you filed an IA?
Yeah, we have filed an intimation.
What is your IA for? How are you concerned with RG Medical College?
Arjikor in general violence all over India that is happening.
That we will take up. We'll go step by step. We'll first deal with
submit any
RG We are
document
dealing
for
with
your-
the state of West Bengal.
May I just have
We'll deal with this at a little later stage.
I have to
Yeah.
submit
My lord,
three
with your
documents for your
permission, I just
consideration.
have a single word on the question of the task force. My lord, I have already filed an IA. I have no problem if it's taken up on the next date. But the point that we've pointed out there is the task force doesn't have any representation from West Bengal. We have made a humble request to this court to,
Everyone can represent.
1 second, please. That is the task force is constituted by this honorable court. The members' names have been put by this honorable court. Only this court can alter the composition of the task force. It's a humble request to include into the task force at least one representative from the state of West
See,
Bengal.
if you-
1 second. please.
1 second. Now, will you,
Take up your-
both sides, will you please hear us?
Yes,
The task force is not state specific.
it's
The
not.
task, 1 second.
That's right.
We are going to issue directions based on the report of the task force, which will have pan-India application.
Yes, my lord.
If we agree to your suggestion, we will have to include representatives of every state in the task force.
Oh,
Therefore, just 1 second,
Yes,
therefore we have directed that the task force shall engage with stakeholders.
I understand.
Please address an email on behalf of the resident doctors, both juniors and seniors in West Bengal, to the task force.
Yeah.
The cabinet secretary and his team are coordinating all logistical arrangements. They will ensure that you are heard by the task force and all your inputs are taken into account. Please rest assured.
Fully agree.
Your Honor, I want to-
That just 1 minute, my lord. One.
Papers.
My lord, just 1 minute.
This is not like what happens, in
No,
a
wait.
conference of doctors. It's a court of law.
Yeah, that's.
You will speak when you are called upon to speak,
Also.
right?
Uh,
Yes, yes.
Here you can talk. My lord, just one more thing. I understand what has been put to me, that it's an all-India task force and therefore every state can't have a representation. However, having regard to the fact that this incident arose in West Bengal,
Please do this, Ms. Jaising. Please write an email right away to the convener of the task force. If they have not heard already the resident doctors from West Bengal, please request for an urgent appointment. You can then have a few representatives of all the associations meet them and give them a complete appraisal of what your concerns are, what your inputs are to the work of the task force. It will be a welcome suggestion, and they will give you a hearing. The Solicitor General is here, he'll communicate it to the Cabinet Secretariat.
Would your lordship consider, second, please, let me finish. Would your lordship consider appointing a sub-task force for West Bengal so that the specific issues which have arisen in West Bengal, which are not common to the rest of the country, can be looked into?
You see, all the members of the task force are people of unquestioned national
I
standing.
don't question it, Lord.
And therefore, the only point which you have made, which is a valid point, which is that the concerns specific to the doctors in West Bengal should be taken into account. Therefore, Ms. Jaising, all that you have to do is to address an email to the Cabinet Secretary. They will ensure that at the next meeting of the task force, representatives of all the resident doctors are heard by the task force.
I will convey this to them for sure.
We're going to do that, my lord, on the next occasion.
On the next date of hearing, I'll briefly mention what they are. We do not want nomination of students, interns, and doctors. We want them to be elected representatives on the monitoring committee, the grievance committee, and the other committees. Your lordship may take it up for hearing. The state has committed to facilitating elections.
Right, but therefore this can be really addressed to the task force itself.
No, my lord, not to the task force, to your lordships.
No.
I have put it in
My
the
lord, we'll do it on the next occasion, my lord.
It's part of the agreed minutes.
Grateful, Miss.
Oblige me.
It's part of the agreed minutes, my lord.
We're not now going to go into whether election should be held, nomination should be made.
It has to be done, my lord. It
We
can't
must
be.
also understand the remit
It
of
can't
work
be
of our
nominated
jurisdiction.
people on the
My lords, we'll
these
submit on the
committees,
next
my lord.
occasion.